DeerHunterFan.com TV is sponsored by Buck Yeah, Longhorn Fab Shop, Muddy Outdoors, Ridgerunners Guide Service, Scent Blocker, Spy Point, Steady Form, Sinclairville Seed Company, Timberland Realty, and also by these fine sponsors. Hi, I'm Brian Madison with DeerHunterFan.com TV. This week is going to be the second part of our Ridgerunners Guide Service series for this year, and this is going to cover our second trip down that Ben and I took. We hopped back to Kansas to hunt on a Friday with our bows, and then Saturday, Sunday, Monday we gun hunted in Missouri for the first 3 days of their opener for their rifle season, and then we went right back to Kansas and we saw a lot of deer. Bob was on the trip as well. He hunted with us in Missouri. We had a really good time. Our friend Matt Carey was also with us, and he hunted in Missouri. We were able to fill a number of tags on this trip and get some good footage as always. And to be honest with you, I probably had the two best bow hunting days arguably that I've had ever. And big thanks to Ridgerunners Guide Service for that one. I mean, they got these properties that hold big deer, unpressured big deer, and the sits that we had down there between Ben and I in Kansas was just mind-blowing, to say the least. I know that I had 5 shooters within bow range in just 2 days, and you're going to see in the footage what went down and why I wasn't able to get a shot. And then also you're going to see Ben's footage from the week as well. And just a really fun trip. As I said, some of the best bow hunting that we've gotten into in a while was down there in Kansas. So really excited to get into this episode for you. Let's get right to the action. Yep. He was in that clump. He followed those doe. So I had saw a shooter slipping by at about 40 yards in some thick cover. I waited for him to walk by about 20 more yards, so he was about 60 yards away before I grunted. Got his attention, couldn't really see him at this point, but could hear him walking, and could hear him stop as though he was looking for the grunts. I just kept giving it to him. You know, if he walked away, it was what it was. He was already walking away anyways. finally got his attention and he came in. The only problem was the cameraman's off to my right quite a bit, maybe by 6 or 7 feet, and I have a cluster of trees between me and this buck, so I can't shoot him. This buck's standing there 20 yards. He finally has decided he's investigated enough and turns and walks away, and if he went to his left or to the screen's right, I had a shot. He had to take about 2 or 3 more steps. But turned to the left, he kept that cluster of trees between me and him, and he got away. Same spot as yesterday. It's been light for about 45 minutes. Saw a spike and some doe way off up on the hill, but seemed to be yesterday. Any deer that want to cross through here like to come through this gate and walk the fence line, so we're hoping for the same thing this morning. A little slow start, but hopefully stuff will pick up here soon. This buck here is nicknamed Splinter, and I named him that. He's a very mature buck, older deer. His right side is just beautiful. Would be a 10-point if he had the other side to match it, but his left side just comes up and forks into 2 forks, into 2 points, and just a really cool deer, a mature deer. And I really had this buck on my mind heading into this hunt, as that footage there was filmed by Bob the week before, and I knew this buck was in the area. And sure enough, man, our first set back in there, coming back from Missouri, I laid eyes on him. So as you see, Splinter was just making laps around this property. Came by us at 30 yards in the thick, off to our right instead out in the field, which the stand was kind of thrown up last second and designed for a shot into the field. But this particular morning, most of the action was off to our right, and actually had one deer, real nice buck, the buck that we filmed on Friday night, that big 8-point, trail cam pictures of him from over the summer. Big deer, a deer that I would have been very pleased to get with my bow, came by us at 5 yards, but the only problem was he was running. Pretty sure that Splinter broke up a fight out in the field. As you saw him in the hedgerow, look through the hedgerow, you see some deer moving. He was over there to say, hey, this is my turf, and pretty sure he broke up a fight and ran this buck off. He came flying past us, and just a few minutes later, the rest of those bucks came by, and I'm just going to get a shot at him. There was one little opening you can see the film through, but the problem was that was pushing 40 yards, and the trajectory of an arrow, I don't think there's any chance to get it down in there. You know, I would have had to hit a hole like this halfway between us and him, and then somehow that arrow keep its elevation and get to the target. So just no shot in those opportunities, and it's a bummer, but at the same time, man, did we have fun. And Ben in the bucks that morning as well. Well, a buck, and a buck that right away he knew he wanted to take if he got the chance at.
It's about 1 o'clock on Wednesday. We have one more day left of hunting. This morning was a great morning. We had a lot of chasing going on, so stay with us. Let's see what happens.
Well, Ben hit this buck a little bit high, so he got down on the tree quick, finished him off.
Here we are. We found the buck. He didn't go far. I hit him a little high. We got Glenn coming with the four-wheeler to get him out of here for us. Let's check this buck out. Look at this guy. Got a nice little kicker off the G2. Perfect. All right, here he is. I've been after this buck for the last 4 days. We've had 3 different encounters with him. Last Friday, we came to our tree, and unfortunately the tree that our stand was in had broke, so we had to set up a ground blind. And we had this buck right in 40 yards, but he just didn't give us the shot. He was chasing some doe. So this morning we came back, and it was horrible conditions. It was really windy, probably 30-mile-per-hour wind gusts. And we had him about 80 yards, and he was chasing the doe all over the place. And unfortunately, again, he walked off in the other direction. So we decided to come back here tonight to give it one more chance. And about 20 minutes before dark, he came walking right in just like we wanted. Unfortunately, I hit him a little high, and I threw another arrow in him, and it was over. He didn't go far, and here he is. I can't thank Ridgerunner Guide Service enough. I saw so many mature bucks on this trip, it was ridiculous. I'd like to thank Bob and Glenn for all their hard work, and I will definitely be back next year.
He's in super sneak.
He is.
Full sneak.
Look at that. So that was it. That wrapped up our trip. Bob and Matt filled tags in Missouri, and then Ben filled this Kansas tag. And again, I had great chances too. Just need a little bit of lady luck on my side, and it didn't come through for me. But what a great trip it was. The last evening, I saw that big 8-point again. He was pretty busy out in the field chasing does over 200 yards away, so he didn't have much interest in us at all. But that's going to wrap up this week's episode. I really hope you enjoyed it. Since then, even though it's been kind of a slow year, that week we put a lot of bucks on the ground. And actually I was blessed enough to just put one down on the ground 2 days ago here in New York. So all those are coming up for you in future episodes, so stay tuned. I'm Brian Madison with DeerHunterFan.com TV. I'll see you next time.
DeerHunterFan.com TV is sponsored by Buck Yeah, Longhorn Fab Shop, Muddy Outdoors, Ridgerunners Guide Service, Scent Blocker, Spy Point, Steady Form, Sinclairville Seed Company, Timberland Realty, and also by these fine sponsors.